Yeah.
I believe
Yeah. Let's jump back into it. I just need is Mona here? Mona, can you admit people as I go?
Yeah.
or
I'm
we
here.
just can remove the waiting room. It will be
I
easier
guess
for you.
that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm admitting them. Yeah, just let's wait for some time.
No, it's
For sure.
Okay.
I'll just remove the waiting room. Whoever
Yeah,
can
yeah.
join
exactly.
us.
Waiting room. This will be better. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I think we do have good number of participants to start again. طيب, let's just jump back into it because the time is not helping us here, and we
No,
do
it's-
still have a lot of discussions to talk about and a lot of things
Yeah.
to brush over. Going back to the presentation, can you see it, guys?
Yeah, we can see it.
Amazing.
But-
So in summary, the data analysis is something really important, but you cannot go there until you have your first components there, which is at least the ERP and the point of sales based on your business. All right. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Abdullah. So
Go on.
for IoT, I believe you could disconnect it in the middle, but it's fine. So for the IoT, so everyone, I believe, know the IoT and the Internet of Things. So it's how you can automate and simulate how the objects. Today we have many objects. I would take it with simple examples as well. How I can automate this object, getting the data, exchange the data between them through network, through cloud, and getting different actions and behavior for these objects. So today we are sitting to giving different example for sensors. So I have different manufacturing stores and warehouses. I will be able to know the temperature for a specific sensor, and we will get in more details in the second slide for one example that we have, for example, for the IoT, and how we can get the data and exchange it between solutions. Okay.
Lovely.
So for digital twins, what is the digital twins? And always we having the digital twins, it's something maybe new, which is how you have in the real world, you have an actual object, okay? You want to have the automation and the utilization of this same object online to control it, monitor it, different processes, exchange the data between it, and have different action with digital twin, okay? So it's simulation for your, let's say, asset or equipment in the real life, okay? Provide you with all the data, which is part of it is IoT, by the way, as well. So if we go to the IoT slides, and Abdullah,
Yeah.
if we go to IoT.
Before I go
Yeah,
to the IoT, I do have a question here.
Sure.
Now, what is the difference now between the digital twins and the IoT? Because to me, on the surface,
So,
it looks the same.
The digital twin is being built. The main block right now they have. Why we are focusing on the IoT, to be honest, because the main block that to building all of these database on the IoT, but the digital twin is something different a little bit. What is the main references or the main differences here between the IoT and the twins? Digital twin is depending on the equipment or asset. So how you can process the data, how you can automate it for a specific equipment, okay? And the data production as well. For example, for machine failure, the IoT will not be able to provide you with this data. Okay, this lifetime for this machine is, for example, 6 months. You will never get this data from IoT. IoT is managing, exchanging the data, reporting the data. You have temperature issue, but will not take an action.
Okay, and so if I understood you right, so the digital twin is basically the simulation of the process and showing you what's happening currently on the
100% for a specific object you have in real life.
All right.
Okay.
So going next. So can you tell us more? I see you have a slide for more about IoT.
Yeah, that's why, to be honest, we focus on the IoT. The main block for the most of the component we have here for the AI. We have it as well for the digital twin. Why? Because it's doing all the work inside. How you exchange the data? If you can see here, the IoT platform, which is the iPad that we have, for example, the BAS. Okay, at the platform at the surface, doing the entire business logic, the rules between the engines and device management. Additional to that is doing all the other triggers that we have. How I can have a specific alarm if I have an issue in a specific way, notifications, where this asset or this equipment is being located, okay? The analytics and the reporting, which is part of it, the data analysis as well, that we have provided and discussed before. plus the reporting and administration. So today I have specific equipment. I have 20 locations, 30 locations, 50 locations. How I'll be able to manage all of these locations, all of these assets, which is being valued with millions from one place. This is the main value of the IoT.
All right.
Okay.
Now, I can see there is an APIs. How could this help us in the
one main point as well, which is
yeah.
one of the major points right now. So we never have the equipment that we have today in our places. It's never talked to our financial system. It's never talked to a different system that we have. So one of the main value has been added as added value by the IoT, how we can integrate it with our current system that we have. So maybe we have a specific data that we need to have from the, for example, from the equipment or the asset to be provided back to different ERP system, CMS system as well, for example, for your asset. So this will be very valuable as an IoT option as well, to have to communicate between these solutions and the equipment that is something physically. Okay.
All right. So, and if in summary, IoT itself, it's bringing your, let's say, machines, your let's say your servers or whatever your assets
Yes.
into more digitalized way of handling it and bringing it to life and
allow it to speak with other systems. It will never allow you, because you have something physically. So the way to speak, you have it through the IoT.
So IoT makes your machines speak.
Yeah,
right.
Good description.
Nice. طيب. Going to the digital transformation framework. All right. So this is a framework from, let's say, we gathered this from different, let's say, sources and from our own experience, right? So in order for you to achieve the digital transformation, you have to work within a framework. Consider this guidelines, cheat sheet for you to help you achieve your digital transformation. I know most of people think it's too difficult. It's not difficult. It's not easy, yes, but it's achievable. Let me start with the framework and the pillars of it. There are 4 pillars of the digital transformation framework. The first one is your human assets. They are the main drivers for any digital transformation. You need to have people with enough, let's say, leadership, enough technical knowledge, willingness to go through let's say the journey to achieve the digital transformation. You need to work on your human assets. You need to work on your employees and your, let's say, your business enabled IT team. You have to do that. Second thing, which is super important, the strategy and leadership. If there was no strategy, there will be no digital transformation. As simple as that. The management and the board members need to have a vision towards digital transformation. They need to have it in your meetings, need to have to talk about it at least on a quarterly basis in order for them to achieve it. Their engagement is super important throughout the strategy, starting from the strategy all the way to the transformation itself. If there was no strategy, if there was no clear KPIs, if there was no leadership, and it's not going to happen, right? It has to come from top to down. It will never come from bottom to up. That's not something could happen. Second thing or third thing, or the third pillar is the business process. Now, yes, the systems do come with best practices implemented on them, especially in ERPs. They could come with something to help you improve your business process, yet you need to have your own business process. You need to, at the end of the day, who's working on the system is a human, and the system will not work itself out, right? Someone needs to do something. So this is your business process, has to be written, has to be clear to everyone in the organization. It has to be part of the culture, the digital transformation. The last one is the technology enablement. And this is where, let's say, us or Trust Angle could help you. It's not just Trust Angle, any implementer could help you. But why Trust Angle could help you here the most? Because we touch base with every single one of these. The 4 pillars, the human assets, the strategy, the business process, and also in technology enablement. Now, you have to enable technology. You have to be willing to invest into technology enablement and to choose the right people and the right partner
Yeah.
if you want to achieve your digital transformation. Ahmed, I feel like you have something to add here.
No, I mean, it's
Um,
good to be honest, because this part is very important being mentioned by Abdullah, because it will be affecting us as well in the coming slide, and why we have the resistance that we always have and the change management base. Part of it is the technology enablement, and we will just go
Yeah.
more deeply in the coming slide regarding this point.
Yeah, let's go to this next slide. Oh yeah, that's very interesting
fine.
slide.
Yeah.
Who is holding back companies' digital transformation initiatives? Focus on the
Yeah.
who, it's not what. Ahmed, could you tell us more about this?
Yeah, because it's generic point that we always have, most of the time, we always know there's something is holding us, or some different rules in the company holding back us to go with digitalization, but we never said who, we never point fingers, to be honest. So today we'll just to go a little bit deeply with a specific study that we get from 2022 that highlighting, and we found that most of the resistance coming from the CEOs and board of directors. Okay.
They're holding back the company as well, because
the company
they didn't have it in their strategy, so it's their fault now, right?
Exactly. Our CEO will not be part of it for sure. So we'll start with 37%. Okay. Second one, no one. What I mean by no one? So no one, which means no one is holding back for digitalization or the transformation in the company, but at the same time, no one is leading this practice to do the digitalization for the company. No one telling that, okay, everyone in the comfort zone. We don't want to move forward. We already fine with the current situation, with the legacy system we have, with the processes, with the manual way, and we will work with it. So this is one of the major points as well. Third one, the senior executive, which is the C-level people, a part of the CEO for sure, starting with the CIO, CTO, CFO, and other levels.
Yeah. Focus on CFO.
So, big question mark CFO, yeah. So this is the second one. Third one, department heads, which is coming with 26. And to be honest, we validate this data. And based on our experience as well, we was finding the same ways. From department level, go to middle managers to the line employees. This is the usual change resistance we have. So another question, why we have resistance, why we have holding back? So the main factor we always see is fear, to be honest. Fear of having, adapting a new solution on technology. No one have to just have to take the decision and to take the risk to go with a new solution, a new technology. The first one, we have very good product in the market. No one is using it because no references. The second point. Okay. Third one, losing job. Third one, losing of cutting cost. So the fearing of cutting cost. So we have a lot of fear in the digital transformation and fear of adaptation as well. So always we have the fear, main factor that we have here. There are other factors for sure. Yeah, it will never be less.
Of course, I believe in change management is a subject for another day, which is really important, and to consider also the change management. But let us leave the change management for a different day. But from your point of view and your experience, Ahmed, okay, this is amazing. This is a report you got from Finance Online or whatever, from your own practical experience. Yeah.
My main point, and Ben always will be who will be the main holding back, right?
And the ones who are making it more difficult to achieve.
To be honest, it's always the senior executive, because here in Saudi market, usually the CEOs not engaged too much in the product.
And why?
To be on C-level.
I mean, why the senior executives do that?
Exactly, they counting the senior. To be honest, they want to only be in their legacy system. They don't want to change. They losing to have different new technologies. They stuck to the technology for different years, and it will be a lot of massive effort, massive job for them, because all the effort will be there in the C-level roles.
All right, I think from my very modest point of view, the worst one of these 6, let's say, roles, it's the second one, no one. Why?
Why?
Because if there is no one resisting, that means it's not even a vision to the company or the board or the CEO to go for digital transformation. So nobody is leading anything. they're fine. They're not at least thinking about it. When there are resistance from any one of these, that means the strategy is there, but it's a matter of time to get there.
Agreed.
And I feel no one is very scary. It's 30%, 32%, which is
The
not
same way. Yeah. Agreed.
But always, once you have the initiative, if you are a CEO or a board member, try your best to put the strategy and the KPI on the people. Regardless of the change management, that's a different story for another day. The time will get you will get there with time once if you're persistent and have it as one of the top priorities in the company. I'll go to the next slide. Yeah, ecosystems from our lovely customers, or for our lovely customers. This is one of them, right?
Yeah, one of the best that
partners.
We have to be partners, which is the Dart Symbol. Dart Symbol, we have very amazing and great success story with them that providing different solutions, managing different points. Just to start, because you can see different solution in the page, just to start how we are working TrustAngle and what we are believe. And we believe in TrustAngle that we have specialized solutions. We will never have one solution can cover all the points. Okay.
Nice.
So we'll have a specific solution for every industry, for every business, for every specific point or business scenarios that can cover that point. Why we believe this one? Because there's different business understanding. There's different business understanding. The expert that already been developed the solution have many years been developing, understanding the business, then developing the tools, features, covering all the points with different scenarios, not only one. That's why we don't go with one solution, putting gaps here and gaps here and different points. Okay. So to highlight that, we have different cases. You have any question, Abdullah?
Yeah, I was saying, this is, let's take this as a visualization way for people to see what we could do and how to achieve some, without going into too many details. But
let's make it very simple. What do this customer have today? One, website, okay, and electronic website. Second one, he have a stores and he have employees he want to manage, plus the financial transaction that they have in the store. So we'll start with the tell me please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm just highlighting for the online stores, what solution should be there to provide? Is the ERP system? No, the ERP system will never secure the online stores, the reporting, the inside, the baskets. So it will be Magento, for example. Second one, go to the point of sale. We have here Vend point of sale, which is Lightspeed X-Series today, specialized in retail stores only. Then we have ZenHR. Tell me, please.
Why? This is amazing, but I hate to interrupt you, but if at the end of the session we'll have, this is toward the participants now. I'm talking to them. At the end of the session we will have questions. If you have any, prepare it from now. If you can write it down in the comments, in the chat section, in order, so we read it out loud and discuss it. We can accept only 2 languages, Arabic or English. Other than that, we're sorry. Go ahead.
No, perfect. So for point of sale, we picked Lightspeed. By the way, just to not confuse you guys as well, the attendees, we have more than 9 to 8 point of sale solution here in TrustAngle as well, and we pick any different solution to a specific industry. Okay. Then we have ZenHR for how he manage the employee, the end of services, the addition, the deduction, whatever being point has been dealt with the HR system. And the last one, our key solution here, NetSuite ERP system. So NetSuite, you will be able to see it in different slides. And Abdullah, I believe later he will just give a quick brief about it as well. Okay. Yeah. Second one, same. NetSuite is there. Then we have Richware. By the way, Richware is the main one as well. Richware is iPaaS, integration platform as a service. The point of Richware is TrustAngle secret recipe, to be honest, that can integrate all of these solutions together and let it speak with each other. Okay. Which is automation platform, can do all of this transformation with each other. Last one, Golf. So by the way, just if you can see every slide, we have different point of sale solution. One for industry, for retail. Second one for F&B. Yeah. For here, we have Revel for F&B. And the last one, we have here, Vend point of sale. We have here Revel, Oracle NetSuite, ZenHR is being there in all the slides. The last one, which is Lightspeed Retail, it's different solution for retail with a Golf point of sale as well.
Amazing.
So that's why I'm saying there's a specialized solution for each industry.
Yeah, I have I have one thing to add and one more thing to to ask you, Ahmed.
Sure.
What I'm going to add is your digital transformation is not the same as another organization digital transformation. Try your best not to copycat anyone, because you do have different business, you do have specialized solutions that you need to think about. You have specialized business processes. Yes, the best practices are amazing, but you have to evaluate it properly. Okay. Now, my question to you, Ahmed, this is something I heard a lot from our customers. I think, and they're struggling with, and honestly, I couldn't, let's say, overlook that question. And okay, why can't I have it in one system, for example? Why don't I have it in one system? Why having too many systems? Isn't having too many systems? And this is something I heard a lot. Isn't having too many systems? For example, here I can see 7 systems, right? Different systems for different areas. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Why not have it in one system?
Depend. It always depends. To be honest, even from my point of view, if I can have it in one system, I'll be more than happy to do so. But the issue here today in our market, we don't have any specific solution that cover all of this requirement. Just to give you one highlight, Abdullah, that we have it today in our slide. If you can see in the right, we have FMB ecosystem, right? Which is having market demand and infrastructure point of sale, right? If you go to the previous slide, you will have for the point of sale solution and for the same ecosystem, we have Rivel point of sale. Why? It's the same, by the way. It's point of sale for FMB, and that's one is point of sale for FMB as well. But each of them have a different feature, different scenario, different understanding, different logic to manage the point of sale and FMB scenarios. So emphasis for hotels, for example, how you can manage hotels, integrate with BMS solutions, okay? And how you can do all the scenarios for hotel for any specific scenarios being covered for you. A River point of sale covers specific scenario for restaurant and cafe. So just to summarize, always there's a specific solutions for a specialized industry that can cover all the requirements. Till now, there is no specific solution can cover all of these.
Nice.
Plus, I believe the second one you can add it as well, which is the technology orientation as well for companies that we can just accessing trust angle. They don't have the proper understanding. We even start helping as a consultation company to do the proper and best practice for each solution.
No, amazing. Thank you, Ahmed. Now, this is the last slide. Okay, just bear with us for 2 more minutes. I'll just skim through it really quickly, then go into the questions if there were any. If there was none, I will just wrap up and go. So digital transformation, interesting numbers. I went into this is actually I gathered this with Ahmed's help. There are too many numbers you could read, but those numbers give me indicators. For example, $53.3 trillion are from the world's GDP, which is a very important indicator of the economy. It's being generated by digitally transformed companies, right? So half of the world's economy is generated by digitally transformed companies. What does this mean? That means we have to go to digital transformations. It helps us a lot to go there, to increase your revenue as a company or think outside of the box. My expectations and my, let's say, if my prediction, I believe after down the line 3-5 years, this 50% will be increased at least to 80%. Today, digital transformation is not a luxury anymore. It's something we have to take seriously, especially in companies. Now, the second one is a very interesting one as well. Is 39% of executives expect the benefit of the digital transformation to happen between 3 to 5 years. Now, this is great. Actually, this makes a lot of sense. Now, if you flip the coin, 61% they expect an instant results of their digital transformation initiatives, which is not the case. Digital transformation implementation is an initiative, is an investment, takes time and effort to reach to the fruits of it, to see the reports, to see the visualization. If you go live today, that doesn't mean you're digitally transformed. That means you just started your digital transformation journey. or let's say this is the second phase of your digital transformation journey after the implementation part. It takes a while. Give it at least a year to see results. Why it takes this time? The user adoption. The users need to understand how to use the system. Yes, the training is important, blah, 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 whatever it happens. But the after fact is even more important. The change management, people using the system, and so on. The last metric that I will end up with, I will end this, let's say, slideshow with 70%. Already 70% of the walls. Actually, this number is since 2019, which I'm sure it's up to 80% now. They have a strategy and working on a strategy for digital transformation. If you don't have a strategy as of today to start with your digital transformation journey, you have to sit with yourself, with your partner, with whoever it is, to put it down today. It takes at least and from my experience, it takes at least 3 years to achieve or to get the fruits of your digital transformation. And you know, our journey in the country. That's it for the slideshow. If you have any questions, I can see chats. There are. Ahmed, I'm gonna ask them. All right. This is from Mona. If you have any questions, amazing. Abdullah Siraj. Oh yeah. Thank you, Abdullah, for the correction. All right. Anyone else has any questions? Well, should we wrap up here? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Take your time in the countdown, Abdullah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there are no questions. Thank you, team. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. What's next, Mona? Are we gonna send something after this, or is Mona with us?
Yes, Abdullah. We will send the record to all attendees and to the non-attendees as well, because many people they got busy in the last minute, so they cannot attend.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, Mona.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Hopefully, this was informative enough for you guys. Bye bye.